Why people fail dropshipping. Let's dive into the statistics quick. There's so many gurus, including myself. I guru sometimes. If there are that many gurus coaching that many people, there's a million discords, there's a million school groups. The dropshipping niche on YouTube is massive. People run ads on dropshipping. Dropshipping as a niche and a business model is huge. How many people do you think actually succeed, and what separates them from succeeding? I've been in the e-com game for 8 years. I'm surrounded by people crushing the e-com game. $1 million months, $2 million months, exiting companies like I did myself. Why do people keep succeeding and others do not? There's multiple key differences actually, and you starting off need to be aware, because I know the difference and you don't. Obviously, if you're starting out, if you know what you're doing, then it's different, okay? Then you don't need to listen to this video. I'm dropping this video. It's Black Friday right now. It's one of the biggest times for e-commerce right now is Q4. People will be printing. If you scroll through Twitter, people will be posting the same results. If you scroll through YouTube, people posting insane results. If you go through Instagram, people posting insane results. And this is legit the reality. You can like 3 to 4x your monthly revenue in the month of November for Black Friday. It's crazy. Just because it's gifting season, Christmas is coming up, and Black Friday is like a key holiday to get things cheap. So the customers are aware and they want to be buying things. I was conflicted between this because Black Friday is a very hard time to start dropshipping, but it's actually not, because the market is eager to buy things. It's actually a good time to test products and like new offers and stuff. So, but that's not the point of this video. So if you're still watching and you've been watching my videos, because I'm assuming it's not really new people watching this. And if you are new, been in e-com 8 years, done close to 5 million sales, exited a company, built a new brand, done the stuff, been in the round, still learning, but we're still progressing. If you've been watching me for a while and you've been waiting to pull the trigger, we are taking on 5 people at a Black Friday price. Obviously, we got to join the Black Friday vibes on the private network as well. So we're doing a 1-month trial for our group, one-to-one mentoring and private network, which is usually 3 months plus lifetime access to other stuff, which you understand when you DM us. We're doing a 1-month trial at a discounted rate for 5 people. If you wanted a chance to start, this is literally your chance to start. And you can start 2025 with an absolute bang. Either DM me on Instagram, you can check my bio, or book a call for today or the next day. You gotta book these calls quick because you need to get them done. If you're scatting about not getting the place, because we're literally only doing 5, go on Instagram and DM me and I'll give you the details directly. And you can get this 1-month starter pack to start branded dropshipping. It is the best time to do this, okay? Let's get into the video. What are the key points I notice that people do to succeed dropshipping? Time in the game, okay? Understanding what works. Obviously, you're not gonna understand what works because you haven't tried. But what is the difference, okay, from someone understanding the game and someone not? That is putting the reps in. So it took me 4 years to get my first profitable business in e-com. I did 4 years of learning, built a fashion brand, a custom fashion brand with influencer marketing, paid ads. And I basically learned for 4 years. We did about 200 grand in revenue over 4 years when I was 18 and at university, basically. I didn't know what I was doing. I was learning on intuition. I was using Google, asking other people questions, and I stumbled across this business model by accident, to be fair. Didn't know it was like e-com. I did the reps, I learned the steps. I built and focused on a business for 4 years that probably broke even, barely, okay? I was using it to live, so I was beer money, going out, I was a uni student. But that 4 years was learning. So I focused on a business for 4 years, putting in the reps without any rewards. So what does that give me? Give me time and experience. I learned Facebook ads, I learned how to build Shopify websites, I learned how to build custom content, I learned how to list products, find products, everything. Enough to when I started dropshipping and I found a product, I was like, right, I think this will work. I applied those skills that I learned and built a store, and it worked like that. 4 years of learning for 1 day of luck. You cannot expect for this to work straight away. On average, I reckon 12 months. Like if you're purely dialed in, 12 months if you do not quit, to get it working. That is the key thing. Experience versus no experience. But how do you get experience? Putting the reps in, the risks. Don't overspend. I've had someone message me. They messaged me, I shit you not, this is true. Messaged me, it's like, oh bro, I've got an unprofitable store. It's doing about 30 grand a month, but we're losing money every month. I've lost 20 grand. I've been doing this for 6 months and I just don't see the light. I was like, bro, join the group. We'll try to fix it. Obviously it's not guaranteed, but I'll give it a go. I looked at his store. I already knew what it was doing wrong. It was running like a general store, not branded, shit products. everything was different. Obviously it's not gonna work. That was old dropshipping. I know what's wrong. We can implement these. Like, it's not guaranteed it's gonna work, but it's definitely gonna improve it. He was like, nah, I'm gonna do this on my own. I don't need to listen to you. I was like, okay, fair. Like, I don't care. It doesn't matter if you don't work for me. It doesn't bother me. He came back to me, fucking, this is not a joke. 6 months later again, messaged me like, hey bro, you were right. I'm in 80 grand debt. I shit you not. Tried to carry on everything how it was. I was like, look bro, like, I'm just gonna fucking tell you what to do. Like, this is mental. You can't be in 80 grand debt. Like, you're gonna fuck your life up. Gave him the tips to figure out what he was doing. Not a joke. Come back to me 3 or 4 months later. He was like, bro, we're profitable. Obviously, he's not cleared the 80K debt. He was clearing it because he was profitable every month after implementing the things I said, so it was reducing it. So simple. But that comes back to the point is, the risks are when you are starting off, you can lose a lot of money because you need to put money into ad spend. So you need to set a limit of how much you want to risk. If I was starting dropshipping again right now, I'd be like, right, I'm gonna get 5 grand from somewhere. I would probably get a loan off someone or like ask a mate, oh, you wanna start a business together? They put the money in. I'll do something like that and be like, I need 5 grand. I'm gonna spend this on building a dropshipping store or multiple dropshipping stores, and I'm gonna expect to lose it. That was honestly what I would do right now if I was gonna start. That's 5 grand to learn how to start dropshipping. Don't expect to build a business. Once you've acquired the skills, then you can start dropshipping. Now we go into the technical side. Why do people fail? Number one, they're focusing on gimmicky products. But to be fair, I'm not gonna lie. The truth is, I'm always gonna try and tell the truth as best I can. The truth is, I'm seeing these gimmicky products pop again. To be fair, like I've had a few people come through the group and they're doing gimmicky stores and they're printing. I feel like e-coms and dropshipping's done like a full 360. Like it went from gimmicky to branded, and then basically all the biggest businesses were making the most money, and it sort of repeated because I've seen startup branded stores do well. I've seen gimmicky stores do well. Obviously long-term branded always prevails because the fundamentals are way better and you can exit the company obviously, but I've seen gimmicky products work. But generally I would advise the things that are gonna help you not do well is a low AOV, your average order value, a low gross margin, like low profit margins. Anything under 60%, you're gonna get cooked. You need 70% gross margins really, unless it's like high ticket. If you're selling stuff for 5,000, maybe you can do 50% margins, but you need 60% gross margins minimum on your product. Things that will help your chances is returning customers, people that can buy multiple products in one, so like bundles. Subscriptions are obviously the best, but I wouldn't advise, if you are starting dropshipping, I would not advise custom stock. Do not buy stock up front if you're starting. I'm telling you, it's a black hole that you do not want to do, because if you don't know what to do for a business model, you put 10 grand down on stock and you put 10 grand down on ads and you're learning, that's 20 grand in a hole for one, a product that could be bad, and two, you don't even know how to run a business. You're putting so much risk. Start with dropshipping. It's honestly the best model to learn everything. I'm doing custom stock brands now, but I would not be doing that if I didn't have money and if I didn't have experience, because you spend so much money on stock and testing. It's a completely different game. Dropshipping's way easier. You can spend 5 grand testing 5 stores and you pretty much, hopefully, if you know what you're doing, you could get one to work. So it's a bit easier. Long-term branded businesses, stay away from gimmicky products unless you see opportunity. So the gimmicky products I have seen work is basically taking TikTok trends and advertising it on Facebook and Instagram because they're new to market on there. Obviously, this comes down to the foundations. Take a product that works and make it different. That's basically the fundamentals of starting e-commerce, dropshipping. If you're innovating, it's gonna be way more costly. It's gonna take a while and you need to teach the market about your product, which is gonna be expensive, right? So ideally, you wanna find products that are just blowing up and just getting that traction or trend that you can take advantage of. So other things that are working, and I see people do time and time again, is basically like a retail catalog. So you have like a catalog of 8 to 24 products. You market under an evergreen niche with a brand name, and you can keep testing products under that brand. You build an email list, you build social media following, and you turn it into a brand. Other things that people succeed with is custom content. So me personally, I get people in our group ask us all the time, do you rip content? Do you rip content? No, I've never ripped content, ever. Even if I was drop shipping, I would get the product and I would film the product with our own custom content. That is how you outcompete. For example, 2 people starting off, one person is stealing ads off someone, the other person is taking the ads of other people, taking what works and implementing into their own versions and creations with a different spin. This person's gonna win, not the person ripping it, because there's someone already making money with that. You're gonna be a bottom pile of the fish. The other mistakes I see is not knowing the game and spending way too much money, and then vice versa, sort of understanding it, but not spending enough on ads. Like people will come to me, oh, I've spent 30 quid on a campaign. I want to turn it off. I'm like, bro, like, think about Facebook ads. You have to buy data to get that answer. I would say you need to be spending like $50 to $100 per ad creative just to even figure out if they're worth good or not, okay? So testing multiple things, spending enough to make the decision, and then going off that data. If you start a science experiment and you do it 25% of the way through, and you've got 25% of the data, you're not gonna make a decision with 25% of the data. Get 50% of the data or 75% of the data. Do you know what I mean? So that's another thing. Don't spend enough, spend too much. And then the other one is quitting. The people that do the best, they do not quit and they learn. And there's vice versa to that. You get people that do well very early, but then it dies down and they can't withstand it. So I was describing this in one of my group calls the other day, is you need to be able to iterate and follow the market. For example, if you've got like a branded fashion store, 2 to 3 months of work is only gonna last 2 to 3 months of sales. So let's say you do 2 to 3 months of prep to get the store going. That will scale for 2 to 3 months before you need to input new ads, input new offers, input new products. You need to feed the business with iterations. Iterations of new ads, iterations of new offers, iterations of new products, iterations of new influencers. You constantly got to be feeding that business new stuff for it to grow. I hope that helps. So, short and sweet video. I might unlist it, to be fair, because obviously it's a Black Friday video with a bit of sauce as well. Like I said again, DM me if you want to secure that spot straight away. Book a call tomorrow within 24 hours if you want to secure the Black Friday spot. 5 spaces, let's go.